Hello, welcome back to the Bug Out channel. Now today's video is my top 10 foods for long-term storage. Now we're living in a funny old time. Food insecurities, food shortages, inflation, an uncertain future. So what better time to have a long-term food storage plan? Now what is long-term food storage? It could simply just be a few extra supplies in the house or in the pantry. Now in this video, like I say, I'm going to go through my top 10 food items you can store long term. Now all these items I'm going to go through today should all be stored correctly in a cool, dry environment with no natural sunlight. So let's get to it. Number 10. Freeze-dried food. Now you can get freeze-dried food in pouches or in tins. Now there's a huge variety of pouches out there. We've got a few in the shop. Fuel and preparation, adventure nutrition, plus your expedition foods. These are great. They're individual meals. They come in many different varieties. These are also great in the individual pouches as a trade-in or a bartering item. So the other variety of freeze-dried food is obviously in the tins. These got a date on them, 25 years, but they will last a lot longer than that. Again, exactly the same stuff as in the pouches. It's just in a metal tin, oxygen absorber inside. Downside to the freeze-dried stuff, especially the tins, these have gone up in value recently by about 56%. So if you bought these, say from the Bug Out a couple of years ago, well done, because now they're worth 56% more, aren't they? Yeah. So the tins where they were £38 a tin, roughly, depending on which variety. Now they're about £60 a tin. So you could look at it as a long-term investment as well. So you've just gained 56% on your investment if you bought these 2 years ago. What they're going to be worth in 25 years time, who knows? Okay, you might have to take a mortgage out to get one. So yeah, that's my number 10, freeze-dried food. Number 9 on my list is sweets. Boiled sweets, or in America they call them hard candies. If you keep them out of the way of sunlight, keep them in a nice cool dry environment, they will last indefinitely. Not only do they give you a bit of a sugar rush, a bit of a treat, but again, good barter item in the SHTF situation. You can get boiled sweets in many different flavours. So yeah, not much else you can say about boiled sweets, except for that's my number 9 on the list. Right, there we are. So number 8, herbs and spices. Now these come in many different shapes and sizes. So why have different herbs and spices? You can add these flavourings to any meal, pasta, rice dishes, whatever you want. I always just go for mixed herbs or Italian seasoning, but also there's loads of different spices out there, hot spices, peppers, whatever you want. So yeah, again, keep them in an airtight container, in a cool environment, obviously away from any sunlight, and if they're stored correctly, they will last indefinitely. So there we are, herbs and spices, my number 8. Now, number 7 on my list, some of you might like this one, spirits, or in America, hard liquor. Now I'm not a big spirit drinker. Perhaps in my younger days I used to partake in a few vodka Red Bulls, but not anymore. But these spirits will last forever. As long as they're over 80% proof, and they don't contain any cream, like Baileys, stuff like that. I'm sure other brands are available. Now why I got these little tiny bottles, I just simply got these as a bartering item. So there we are, number 7 on my list, hard liquor or spirits. So we're nearly at the top 5 of my 10 best food items for long-term storage. So this is number 6, coffee. If you are a coffee drinker, it's a great little treat. Plus, again, another little bartering item. And if you get the freeze-dried coffee in an airtight container, in theory you'll never go off. It'll last indefinitely. Now if you're a tea drinker, now you can store tea long term as well, just like coffee, but it'll be the loose tea, loose dried leaves. Again, airtight container, cool environment, away from any sunlight. So there we are, number 6, instant or freeze-dried coffee. Now before we get into our top 5, there's a few items I left off the list which could have easily been in the top 10. So these items are others to consider as well. Probably one of the most important being water. So store it away from any sunlight in a cool, dark room, and yeah, when the bottle's sealed, that will last a lifetime. So another thing that's not on the list, which is a great staple and well worth stocking, lasts forever, salt. Your body needs salt to survive. 101 different uses. So salt and water, staples really should be on the list. And another few items as well to consider: corn flour, milk powder. Another thing to consider is ghee, butter. So again, the ghee, keep it away from any heat. keep it in a cool, dry environment. Again, that will last a long time. Right, now we're down to our top 5. So my number 5, pasta. Now pasta comes in a variety of different shapes and sizes. Now, a good thing about pasta as well, not only is it a base to many different types of meals, it also fills you up. Yeah, so that's number 5, pasta. Right, so my number 4, sugar. So why sugar? Well, it's in everything these days, isn't it? But it's a great resource, bartering item. Plus you can add it to different food items and drinks. Yeah, being so sweet, tastes great, doesn't it? Now, as long as it's kept dry, personally I take it out of the paper bags and put it in the Mylar bags or the food saver bags. Vacuum seal them, I do, and then put the oxygen absorber in. So that's my number 4, sugar. Right, we're down to number 3 of our 10 food items to keep long-term storage. And number 3 is honey. So honey is a great resource. Now they've opened up honey from the Egyptian times, 2,000-3,000 years old, and it's still good to eat. Now if you can, get the local honey and natural honey. Not only does it taste great, it's a good food source, use it for everything, bartering item, but it has medicinal qualities as well. And like I say, if stored correctly, it will last just about forever. So yeah, that was my number 3. Great tasting on toast as well, can't beat it. Number 3, honey. Right, so we're nearly there at our number 1, but before that we've got a number 2. So my number 2 for food for long-term storage is white rice. Small bags, big bags, long grain, short grain, basmati, lots of different rices. So the white rice, just like the pasta, it's a great staple for any meal. And again, stored correctly, airtight containers, will last indefinitely. I buy the bulk bags, split them up into smaller bags with an oxygen absorber. I also buy the smaller bags for a day-to-day use. So white rice contains many micronutrients and is eaten all over the world. It's a good staple food, make many different meals out of it, and if stored correctly, will last indefinitely. So white rice, that's my number 2. Let's see what's number 1. My number 1 food for long-term storage, for whatever reason, is tins, or in America, canned goods. And when I say tins, it could be tin meat, such as spam, chicken, fish, chili, or whatever's in hot dogs, and tinned fruit and veg. Now it seems pretty simple, but tinned goods, when produced, are in a sterile environment. They either cook the food in the tins, or the tins are sterile before they put the food in it, and once sealed, that's it. Things you've got to check with tin food: any dents, rust spots, problems with the seals. But if the tins are fine, kept in a cool, dry place, away from any sunlight, again, they'll last indefinitely. Now they've opened up tins 50, 60, 70 years old, and the food inside, when tested, had 0 bacteria in it. That's because when it was made and sealed, there was 0 bacteria in it in the first place. What I will say about a few tins, now with tin fruit, because of the acid in the fruit, it will leach a bit of taste from the tin, but the nutrients will still be there. Veg still keeps all its nutrients. Again, the taste after time may alter, but the nutrients are still there. Same with the tin meat, all the goodness and all the nutrients are still there, but the texture of the meat might change over time. So yeah, tin meat, tin veg, tin fruit contains all the nutrients, proteins you need, and if stored correctly, it will last a lifetime. Yeah, so that was my number 1 food item for long-term storage, is canned goods, or tins. So there we have it, guys. If you're thinking of food items for long-term storage, that's my top 10, plus a few extra items. If you've got any food items you think should be on the list, please leave in the comments below. I'll be interested to see what you think. We sell the freeze-dried stuff in the shop, which is great for backpacking, carrying bug-out bags. It's lightweight, high calorific, and some good options there. If you want to see a couple of videos of me using the freeze-dried foods, click there. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you next time.